Great. So welcome to everybody who's checking in with Rocky Mountain Adventure Race. And we got a guest here today. His name is Brian. He's going to tell us about Medicine Hat Massacre. CSAR in Medicine Hat in the southeastern part of Alberta. So I'm going to turn over to Brian here real quick to introduce himself. Tell us what CSAR stands for and a little bit about your race.
Sure. Hey, Chris. So SEASAR is Southeastern Alberta Search and Rescue. So we look after all of the kind of the southern corner search and rescue operations. So anything from like ground searching in and around Elkwater into some of our farmer coulees and all of that kind of fun stuff along the riverbanks. And the Medicine Hat Massacre is the adventure race that is a major fundraiser for search and rescue down here.
Awesome. So if you're into adventure racing and the dates work for you, you're definitely racing for a good cause and definitely a good event. Been around for a while. What can you let us know the date of the race? It's when it's happening?
Yeah, this year we've returned to our original May start. So we're May 7th at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Awesome. Yeah. So dark start. So reading a little bit on your website, and if anybody's heading over to your website, they'll see that you have a dark start, which isn't normal in all kind of, short 12-hour, 6-9 hour adventure races, but you guys have one. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So 4 o'clock in the morning, the big race starts. So I guess we need to talk. We've got two different races that run. Okay. So we've got a full-size race. It's 9 hours in length. That is for our true adventure racers. And then we have the light race, which is the smaller, the half-size version, if you just want to get started.
Okay.
So
those
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask if those people are starting early in the morning as well.
Not quite as early. They get to sleep in and they probably don't need their flashlights. Nice. The light race starts usually around 9 a.m.
Awesome. So yeah, back to the dark start.
Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning. Everybody gets out in front of the big amphitheater and Elkwater right across from the beach. And it's pitch black. And usually one of the very first missions that you've got to do is carry your food bank items. So you've got 30 to 60 extra pounds with you. And you've got your map and your compass and your headlamp, and it's go time. That's so fantastic. Dark and cold and snowy and whatever else we get.
So I got a couple questions for you. So food bank items. So are you raising some donations for food bank as well? Yeah.
So the race itself drives CSAR's fundraising for the year, but we also thought we could partner with our local food bank. So racers get to bring in food bank items, usually big bags of rice. Some years we make them carry them right to the top of the Elkwater hill. Sometimes they just carry them, just enough to get their legs warmed up. And then we donate everything off to the food bank. So it's kind of a win-win.
Fantastic. So anybody that's watching this and is registering for the Medicine Hat Massacre, you still have to plan on getting all the donations you're planning on. You're not going to short yourselves here just because you have a little bit of an insight of what your first mission might be.
Yeah, still lots of work.
Yeah, no doubt. And so that the 9 a.m. start then, the Medicine Hat Massacre, the light race. So I imagine that's for families or somebody perhaps that's new to adventure racing that wants to come out and try it, but maybe not commit to the, walking around in the dark, getting lost, or maybe they're just, a bit afraid of the dark.
That's exactly what it's for. We had everybody from brand new racers last year or who people just couldn't commit to the full time, right down to like 6 or 7 year olds on their bikes, following mom and dad through the bush. So it was cool. It was really fun to watch the kids do it. And then just the brand new racers feel like kind of the stoke about it.
Awesome. So Medicine Hat Massacre is building generations of racers and really, really elevating the sport, which is awesome. Any news, anything exciting you can tell us about what's upcoming for 2022? Any insights? Don't have to give anything away. Just what's exciting in terms of race planning?
Well, the map guys always keep their secrets really close to their chest until the last possible moment. But we had a whole bunch of questions this year, or in the last years, about stand-up paddle boards. People were really wanting to use those. So this year we've decided to open it up to any type of watercraft as long as it doesn't have a motor. So if you can paddle it, you can be out on the lake with it. I mean, it's May and it's 4 o'clock in the morning. If you're in the water at that time, it could be cold. I'd go for something with a little bit more stability, but that's just me. If you want to stand up paddleboard, you can do that for 2022.
That's awesome. So bathtub's good, paddleboard, canoe.
I mean, if you can
floats,
get it out there. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you saw pictures from previous years, but we've had a donation, not a donation. We've had a whole fleet of boats probably for 10 or 15 years now. And they're just, we've been calling them heritage boats. They're inflatable kayaks, 2-man kayaks, and they've just been really getting kind of old and gray. So a few people got let down last year in the middle of the lake. So, hey, if your bathtub floats, it might be better than the heritage boat, and you might have a chance of staying dry.
Who knows? Maybe this is a challenge for some adventure racers to really up their game in terms of their watercraft. What other? I assume some traditional trekking, mountain biking. What other disciplines are involved?
Yeah, so mountain biking's the cool one. We've got with the 670 collective mountain bike group here in Medicine Hat. They've built some amazing trails in Elkwater. So depending on where some of the checkpoints lie, racers might get to ride on some really sweet single track. You might be up on the top of the plateau where you're riding on some paved road or some gravel road. And then you might ditch your bike and kind of bushwhack through everything that Elkwater has to offer.
Awesome.
Which, I mean, big thorny bushes, grass that you can see through, lots of stuff. So
I rode my mountain bike. I rode my mountain bike in Medicine Hat a while back, and I was riding with a good friend local. And one thing he warned me about was thorns, puncturing tires. So some good beta in terms of either going tubeless or bringing tubes or running some slime or being ready for that. So thanks for that.
Yeah. And I think just, if you're thinking about the race, like a real mountain bike is probably important. Real, some grippy tires. Don't just bring like a road bike, or even a gravel bike might be pushing it on some of the trails. So be ready for the biking side of things.
Awesome. Appreciate that. So May 7th, 4 a.m. dark start. If people want to register, where should they head to?
Race roster has all of our registration stuff, but if you just go to mhmassacre.ca, you'll get all the race information. You can see pictures from the last years and kind of answers all the questions, fills in the blanks for you.
Awesome. Appreciate that. So talking with Brian, representing the Southeastern Alberta Search and Rescue Association, CSAR, is trying to get that right, Medicine Hat Massacre. We're excited to be chatting here and looking forward to seeing everybody racing in May.
Yeah, it should be a really good time.